Hello everyone, and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Showboat. Today is Thursday, February 18th, 2021. And today, the right side of the back of my neck has a twinge of pain. This side, the equivalent spot, as the side that I'm recovering from, still a little bit, on the left, that had me out for a couple of days because of the intense pain that the left side had brought. Fortunately, I'm more prepared this time in case the right side decides that it wants to now act up. I'm hoping that this is the worst that it gets, but yeah, it's like I slept on it poorly. Is pretty much how it feels on the right side right now. Meaning that potentially I'll know by tomorrow if it's going to be worse. If it ends up worse, well, dang. That sucks. Got the intense pain on the left, and then I may be due now for the intense pain on the right. We'll see what happens there. Factorio. Vanilla Megabase. What have we done? Last time we met, I set up automation, a lot of automation of all of the stuff that I need to get into trains, as well as to get into oil, and all of that shenaniganry. All of that in this great big line of stuff. I also started oil processing and got into chemical science, and then now into advanced oil processing, of which we are in the middle of going through. We have made lubricant. We now need to crack the excess heavy oil to light oil. And then we have to do a similar setup with the light oil and get that excess cracked down to petroleum. And so that is where we will begin on this day. I do need a gap on the initial cracking, or on all of the cracking, because, well, this has water as a necessary ingredient. Fortunately, I have automated my stone water wells now. This is one of the very few necessary uses of water in the vanilla game, as we are going to be making our way into a base capable of 50 science per second. Oh boy. AKA 3,000 science per minute. I'm gonna put a whole bunch of these. I am gonna need more pipe to ground as we go about and to do stuff. And for those of you who are watching this, I do currently have a vote going on my community tab. I see no one's here live quite yet, but just know that that vote is ongoing. And the top 2 are going to be the next 2 series on my channel. Not going to be following the Factorio stuff. The Factorio stuff is going to stay Factorio stuff in this time slot going forward. Just so we're all completely clear on that. Until there is another Factorio, we're going to be continuing Factorio. And you bet your butt we're going to be doing the expansion once that is eventually ready to release and is out. I absolutely would love to play a Factorio expansion, which is the route that the developers are going for this game. Where did I make my... Here. Down here. Hi. I need a few pipe to ground, and regular pipe as well. There we go. There we go. So how are folks? It is Thursday for me, currently. Meaning that, the week is nearing its end. I have been playing video games, as one might expect. Outside of Factorio, we have, at this point, completed the Dyson Sphere program playthrough, or at least we've done what we can do, and everything else is gonna be massively repetitive, so I decided, you know what, we're done. I got through the universe cubes, matrices, and I took the tech that says you win. I scaled up, I tapped into unipolar magnets at the neutron star and the black hole region. And now I'm good. I'm done. I am done with that game for the moment. There is no more fresh content that I can do for that game. I am not going to subject people to the experience of trying to build a massive megabase in that game, because it is incredibly tedious to actually build such a thing. Now, showing it off after building it off screen is one thing. That is something that Nilaus tends to do, but I am not him. Nor do I have the patience or the time to do that off screen. I actually want to enjoy the experience of playing video games. And building with the current building mechanics in Dyson Sphere program is not a particularly enjoyable experience at scale with the current state of the game. That is saying something about the current state of Dyson Sphere program. Oh, this is blah. I hate when this happens because it means I have to do one of these doohickeys. I don't have anything in that center line, so there we go. Ta-da! That's that. Now the excess will be cracked into light oil. Thing is, I'm going to have to get that shoved in to the next tank, which is ideally going to be aligned and about there. But that thing is in the way, so I'm going to rotate so I can do this little doohickey with an input pump. There you go. And that's going to be an input pump, and that's going to be an output pump, and that's going to be an output pump. Well, that sucks that you can't actually cover both of these. Interesting. So besides finishing off our playthrough of Dyson Sphere program, what have I been up to and playing lately? Well, I've played a lot more Genshin Impact, of course. That is like the game that I tend to play on a regular basis. And right now it has an event going on that I have been enjoying, but I need to get around to doing more of the event, to be completely honest. I have slacked a little bit on the new tower defense part of the event that they have added in that game. I'm a little behind on the difficulty stuff, and now that all of it should be available, that's the time that I want to go back to it, and I will do that this afternoon, considering that we will not be having an afternoon stream today, since Dyson Sphere is done, and I am allowing people to vote on what shall follow Dyson Sphere on my community tab of my YouTube channel. There is a poll there that you can vote on for what should follow. Sadly, with Genshin Impact, they have decided to... Oh, hi, tech. They have decided that it's not in... They decided that the current character event banner, the previous character event banner for Zhao, would only last 2 weeks. So now that banner is gone, and I didn't get a single account of mine, a Zhao. I am slightly disappointed. I do not regret my decision to get Ganyu, who is now level 90, with wonderful stuff for her, and is my most powerful character by far. Do not regret getting a Ganyu. Forcing getting a Ganyu. But this means that my next 5-star character is not guaranteed to be a character event banner character. And I was sort of hoping to get a early 5-star character that was not Zhao, so that I could guarantee the next event character, who is going to be Hu Tao. Now, there is a 2-week gap before we get Hu Tao on the current banner, which is complete trash, this current banner, so I'm not worried in the slightest. Do I even need this for anything? No, I don't think so. What do I even want? Huh? Cargo? Speed? Actually, speed over cargo, that would be great. Yeah, I want this, definitely. I have that being worked on. Although that gives me quote-unquote logistics robots, it doesn't mean anything until you get the requester chests. Let's unlock purple. Sure, why not? This is going to be solid fuel. Do I even really need it here? No. No, I don't. So would I rather just crack all of it? I think I'd rather just crack all of it here, because we're going to have an at-scale production facility for oil and oil processing serviced by trains somewhere else. This is only to be able to build construction robots. This whole thing exists for the very specific purpose. Oh, hey, I actually have modular armor. I guess I need batteries as well. I guess I will need batteries, but I need to take care of this advanced processing and cracking and all that. So we are just going to straight up crack down to petroleum gas. And be done with it. Excuse me, reach. Thanks. See, I'm looking forward to the next character banner on Genshin Impact. That's the thing that I'm looking forward to at the moment. This is... Oh, goodness me. Oh, goodness me. Better, better. And then I've been playing a mobile game. Another gacha mobile game called Princess Connect Redive. They also have an event going on that started yesterday. A pretty good event, I'll be honest, it's pretty nice. I have been entertained, shall we say. Haven't spent a dime on that game, nor do I intend to, and it seems pretty fine even without doing so. But I know that because I'm not spending any money on that game, that I'm not going to be even remotely competitive, because for whatever reason, that game has PvP. And a game where you can quite literally pay for progression. So, yeah. I don't like using the term pay to win, although it would fit the definition, because there are so many people paying that it's not really paying to win, it's more pay to compete. That's what I prefer as a term for these types of games where you can pay for power. It's not so much that that you're paying to win the game, it's that you're paying to compete with the other people who are paying. And yeah, for what that's worth. Alright, I need to get this all powered now. So that I can get all of the petroleum. All of it. Must have more. And must hook it all up, too. Let's get this hooked up to my main line. Oh no, of course you're on the doohickey. We'll go here. There we go. And that is how you keep your pipes looking at least somewhat neat. Semi-neat. Problem is how I'm going to have this here with, yeah, an input that would be right there. Oh, joy. Oh, bliss. So, obviously, I'm going to have to move. Do that same little shifty doohickey. Ta-da! Now, of course, I don't have any of this going into a tank anywhere. I would prefer this going into a tank somewhere. May as well be here, I suppose. Oh, that was at the max. I'm now out of pumps. Okay. More pumps, please. Where do those live? Pumps. We need electric engine units. And batteries. Yeah. Electric engine units and batteries for flying robot frames. Well, the electric engine units are just engine units, lubricant, and green circuits. That's fine, we can do that now. The batteries, sulfuric acid, copper plate, and iron plate. Now, it's a bit easier if you feed in sulfur directly into the production of the sulfuric acid, which is not listed here. Sulfuric acid is 5 sulfur per second per building. The buildings making sulfur make 2 per second, which is a bit much. And it makes 50 sulfuric acid, and you can have a look at the batteries. Well, that's using 20 every 4. Yeah. Per battery, it's 20. So, if you are able to feed 5 into 50, then you could make 2.5 batteries every second out of that. Meaning you don't really need too awfully much, and considering that we're only in need of making enough batteries to have our armor going with personal roboports and with our robots, construction robots, so that we can start building out our train system. We're not going to worry too much about the scale of things here. There you go. More water. More water. I'm going to do 3 of these dedicated to the sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid over here. Sulfur, iron, water. Of course it's water. I may want to put you here. Yeah. Sulfuric acid. I'm going to put that extended out a bit so that I have enough space to put 2 of these on the input. That will suffice. I do need the iron plates to be brought in as well. That'll come in from here off the side. And that, as they say, will be that. Ta-da! Hello, iron. And that is that. That is the sulfuric acid for the batteries. Now, the batteries are just sulfuric acid. They can be, there's 1, there's 2, and a half. These need a iron and copper in, which is why I would like to have enough space to put the inserters down this line. Output up here. I mean, I could output over here as well. Nah. Output everywhere. Yeah. We'll do this. This will be my pattern. There we go. Now for the iron and the copper. I will share a belt of those 2 things. I will need to get more belt at some point soon here. Gosh, I'm building really far down. There we go. And that, as I say, is that. We're gonna siphon off into chests for the moment. Then I need the electric engine units. Well, engine units are here. And only here. Great. That doesn't stretch. I need more. More belt, more things. I'm not going to bother putting this on a separate belt line on the main bus. There's no real point. The bus is pretty much just done at this point. Once I get into the construction robots, everything is going to be transitioning into robots. Meow. Meow. Meow, meow, meow. Where's Dolly? Dolly? Wee wee. Meow meow. Meow. Jumping at my hand. Oh, neck pain sucks. Oh gosh, neck pain sucks. Ah. Ah. It's the kittens. I swear. I end up straining my neck because the kittens do stuff behind me and I turn to look at them and end up straining my neck. As of today, if you weren't here for the very beginning, I now have a slight amount of pain on the right side of the back of my neck after having recovered from an immense bout of pain with the left side of the neck. So now it's the other side that I'm having problems with. Sounds like Dolly's just antsy. She wants her food. And while waiting patiently, she wishes to play. She goes into play mode before eating. Unlike Ollie will just sit there and wait, mostly patiently. Yeah, it would help if I actually, connected the sulfuric acid. That would help a bit. She loves to play. She lives to play. That's my Dolly. Alright, what was I doing? Electric engine units. Here. These guys need circuits, engine units, and lube. I'll only do this many. I know it's a very, very slow recipe. What? Could have sworn I wasn't off, but apparently I was. You there. That. How convenient. I'm gonna automate the, flying robot frames. This will just be a buffer. To go into the flying robot frames. There we go. That's all powered up. Give me my electronic circuits. Dolly, I heard you running. I heard you when you put on the brakes. She does a little squeal when she hits the ground. You can always hear wherever Dolly is because as she runs around, she squeals out little like grunts, squeals type things from the diaphragm, getting air pushed out of the lungs from the impacts of where she lands on the diaphragm. It just pushes up on the lungs, and she just squeaks. She squeaks. Alright, let's get our lube. Lube, glorious lube. That was just to get the alignment. Ta-da! And that is electric engine units. And batteries. Whoops. Maybe make a few repair packs. They come in handy at times. Okay, and then I need to actually make the flying robot frames. Circuits and steel is the other thing that I need for this. So let's bring in that line of steel. Let's go. Steel line. I hear Dolly. Where's my Dolly? She's a runner. Runner and player. Meow. I hear that meow. Meow. Where's my Dolly? Come here. Come here. Come here. Come say hi. Come say hi, Dolly. Where's my girl? My pretty girl. Come say hi. Come say hello, my Dolly. There's my Dolly. I got her. I caught the kitten. Yes, how's the Dolly? How's the baby girl? She's so full of energy. Running around and playing, huh? Running around, making squeakers. Huh? How's my Dolly? Huh? How's the Dolly? Is she okay? Is she okay? Is she full of energy? She's such a floofy girl. She's so floofy. She's so floofy. Yeah, she's so floofy. She wants to play. She wants to go. She wants to go play. Got that tail up and flicking. Yes, go. Run and play. That. Do I even need that? Yes. Yeah, sure. Just one? Oh, gosh. Throughput. Oh. Throughput. What am I thinking? We're gonna have lots. More. All these glorious belts. Ta-da! Output. Power. Yay! Flying robot frames. Should I now just automate my construction robots? Sure. Sure, why not? More circuits. Constructobots! Go! Oh my, you go fast. You go fast. Wow. That's a pretty fast recipe. Every half second. Wow. I like. It's going to be limited by the rate at which we get the flying robot frames, but hey. We've already got plenty. Well, that's nice. I'm going to need batteries. And electric engine units, because I need to make one of these. Actually, I just needed batteries. Whoops. Want to make at least one of these. Of course, more batteries? Really? What can I fit? Always a great question. What can fit? Oh, please don't make reds. Please don't handcraft reds. If you want reds, I got reds. Just get reds. There. Much better. Much better. Meow. Dolly. Dolly. Meow. She's trying to communicate something to me. What, Dolly? What do you want? Squeak, squeak. Dolly. I think she's trying to communicate with me. Oops. You. I want those. Each one allows you to have 10 robots. Okay? Oh yeah, personal batteries. That would help. Personalized. Why do I have solar panels already? Oh. I'm making more solar panels, not more batteries. The batteries are just being made. Alright. You. Those. Dolly's got something that she's playing with. I need one more. I need another! Steel! Or I could have made belt immunity equipment. That's a 1x1, right? Yeah, but I don't tend to rely on the belt immunity equipment. Alright, how you doing? Give me stuff. Hello, Ave! Welcome. I officially have my robots. And Dolly is running around and communicating something. And the right side of my neck now is starting to develop the same exact pain as what happened with the left side last week. I feel I've got basically I got the amount of strain that I had on the left side Tuesday of last week, the day before, things got a lot, or the Wednesday of last week, I think, and then the following day it was major pain. There's not, I can't really stop the progression. No, there's no way to just prevent it from doing what it's going to do. The event, whatever caused the strain to happen, happened, and now it's the consequences of that whatever event strained, which I don't even know what initially caused it. So, what happened on the left seems like it's gonna happen on the right. I'll know tomorrow. If it is something that's going to progress into a real neck strain injury, or if it's just I slept on it wrong thing. Keeping it warm is actually the complete opposite thing that is needed. It needs cold at the start. Cold, because you're trying to decrease inflammation, prevent inflammation from happening in the first place. So, yeah, just think the first reaction to any issue would be cold, and then later after it's had some time to heal and such, that you're trying to get rid of soreness later, that's when you use the heat. Heat relieves soreness for immediate inflammation and pain. Cold. That's why it's called the icy hot patch. That's why it's called icy hot. It's cold to dull the pain, and then hot to relax it over time. It's muscle. It is a muscle issue. Oh, hey, it repaired. Thanks. It's all about the flow of blood into muscles. Everything begins and ends with the blood flow, really. So it's just manipulating with temperature the circulation to an area. Alright, we are ready. We're ready. I can't believe it. It's time. It's time for rail. And scaling with rail. Oh my gosh. I don't believe it. We're here. I have construction robots. They're very slow. I want these tacks. Hey, these tacks. Speed, please. Am I carrying around a... I am carrying around a wire. Good. I need that. I need... deciders. Well, we'll wait a little bit. Might not need those. I need all my wonderful items. Wonderful things. I need, yes, all of you, you. And, of course, the actual locomotives themselves. I'm not making any, fluid wagons, am I? I need to make fluid wagons. I need those. So, fluid wagons need the storage tanks. Fluid wagon, where are you? Storage tanks and pipe and gear. Wow. Gear. Again, one of these odd things. There we go. Yeah, I know I'm not making tanks and pumps. I don't really have to worry too much about the pumps. I'm not making the pumps because I make the engine units after this. Oh, it would help if I had a car as well. Alright, there we go. We should now be making a doohickeys. Oh, right. That would help. Yeah. Gears would help. How you doing? Storage is too good. Fluid wagons are being made. Yay! We did it! Oh goodness, just over the course of this stream, the neck pain has gotten noticeably worse. Slightly, but still, I'm noticing it more now. Thanks. Thanks, neck. Much appreciated. Well, the first thing to do would be to set up a major oil setup, which I think I've taken the tech to make rocket fuel. That's in one of these. I have the problem with using rocket fuel for the trains as the fuel source is that light oil production is 100% dependent upon petroleum gas consumption. Right? Now, you use way more petroleum gas than you do light oil and heavy oil. With heavy oil, you can make more light oil. With petroleum gas, you can't make more light oil out of petroleum gas. So, for rocket fuel, if you want to use rocket fuel to supply your trains, it's actually better to use solid fuel made out of petroleum for the rocket fuel so that you're consuming both resources at the same time to make your rocket fuel. Even though it takes more petroleum to make solid fuel than light oil to make solid fuel. That is how you can control your consumption of your fluid products. I think I'm just going to make the solid fuel directly out of petroleum. Just inherently, because the actual efficiency doesn't matter as much. I mean, we are going to be building a Megabase. It does 50 science per second. It may matter for the frame rate, but yeah, we need to. So, all right. So for this, rocket fuel converts 10 solid fuel and 10 light oil into a single unit of rocket fuel. The solid fuel, if you use petroleum, it's 20 petroleum per unit solid fuel. So that would be 200 petroleum gas and 10 units of light oil per unit rocket fuel. And you can convert excess light oil to petroleum gas to fulfill this need. Meow. Meow. How's my dolly? At the bar? The dolly has arrived. Yes, there's my girl. There's my girl. Yes, the sweet baby. That's my dolly. That's the baby. Yes, my baby girl. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Ooh, doo, 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 doo. That's my baby. That's my dolly. What you doing? You exploring now? Exploring my desk? Sniffing? Sniffing the monitor? The empty box of chocolate crisps? So I got these things on Valentine's Day. These, rich, dark chocolate crispy thins. Divine chocolatry. These things are really good. They come in more varieties than just dark chocolate, but... And they've got little rice in them as well. Hello, my dolly. You just gonna sit next to me? Yes, pretty girl. Alright. Well, regardless of the actual decision here, the first thing I would need to do is set up fuel for trains. And general fuel. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I have the ability to make electric furnaces now. I have the ability for the electric ones, so I should automate those immediately. Now that I have red circuit production, that needs to happen. What do you mean, no? I'm gonna use electric. I'm gonna use electric. I'm gonna use electric. I'm not gonna bother with all of the logistics of having to feed in fuel to the places where I'm going to be doing my smelting. And oh, they'll use my power, and I shall make more power. I shall add to my power generation. Far easier to shove fuel into power setup, singular setup for power, than several setups of smelting arrays. I'd rather feed boilers than smelting arrays. I can do different, better designs for my smelters without having to worry about having to put in an extra belt of fuel of whatever kind. And these things have module slots that I can plan around. I may as well set up a setup I can use and start working with the electric furnaces now. Stone, steel, and red circuits. Stone brick, huh? Where's that belt? Right here. I may not do nuclear. That's it. That's the other thing. I don't know. If I do it, it's just for the... It's just to do it. No, no. See, I can plan for the beacons and modules. I can plan for the beacons. I can do a setup. I just need the electric furnaces because of their footprint. I need to be able to design around the concept of the footprint. Aren't these the exact same size as a beacon anyway? That makes it so much easier to plan around beacon placement when you know that the furnace itself, the item that you're using, is the size of a beacon. / the size of an assembler. Ish. Ish? They're 3x3. Yes? Here. And then there's the whole, I can do this with this button. I can do this. This is not a default setting, by the way. This is a setting that you have to set. Because they changed it for whatever god-awful reason. All because a dev's kid said, why is this item being shown to me on this screen for hotbar settings if I can't actually make it yet? And they were like, good point! And so now they hide it by default, and I'm like, Huh. No, I think I like it the old way. What setting? It's, interface? Show all items in selection lists. Show all items in selection lists under interaction on interface settings. This is off by default. Turn that on. Turn that on immediately. If you know what you're doing. If you have some experience with the game, turn this on. If you're new to the game and you don't really know all the items yet, it's fine, keep it off, but if you know the timings of when you get stuff, you know that you can't get stuff at certain points, and you're pre-planning for when you're getting those items. This needs to be on. Show all items. And that will allow you to set whatever items in your hotbar. Also, please. This hasn't actually come up. I'm surprised, but what is it? Interface. Here, active active quick bars slider. Why this is a slider, I don't know. Can I set it to like 6? No. Why you no let me 20? Or at least 10. 0 through 9. Use up half my screen on just hotbar stuff. But yeah, you can have 4 shown at any time. There are 10. And you can increase the one to next door as well to 4. And you can adjust how many train lengths, like what your train length is. Number of wagons visualized. Well, wagon plus the current one that you're trying to place, the train that you're trying to place. So it'll show you here length 3, that's the locomotive and 2 wagons, which is what I tend to use with my designs. However, I think we're going to crank this up a couple. We're going to do something a little different. Because, we're going to need to move a lot of stuff at a time on our train network. And I think for this series, unlike my previous ones, vanilla lends itself better towards longer trains. 8? 8 wagons? So 9? For 1/8, 10 for 1/8/1 or 2/8/2/8. Really, it comes down to the longer the trains are, the more I have to consider placement of intersections and signals and all of that. So this decision fundamentally impacts the way in which we build the rail system. I'm not gonna go 2/8/2. I'm not gonna have a train on each end, a locomotive on each end. That I don't build that way. But this fundamentally will alter how we design our stations and how we design our rail system basically from scratch, because I don't have any blueprints designed for long trains. All of the blueprint books that I have are fundamentally designed for 1-2 trains, or 1-4 or 2-4 trains, not 2/8. And this is why we need to make this decision to begin with. So we'll be doing 2/8 at this point, and that, I think, show total raw in recipe tooltips. Do I really need that? Yeah, I think so. Even though it doesn't really show true raw values at times. Show mod owners. Yeah, that helps. Oh yeah, 125 because I'm on 1440p. Load that up, power this up. We have made decisions. We have made some fundamental decisions that are gonna really, really be problematic, actually, because I need a lot of rail for that. I need a bit of rail to do this. Oh, hey. Rail. I can't really hold that much stuff at this point in time. But we have started to automate the production of the electric furnaces. We are automating a lot, and I mean a lot of stuff. I'm just going to put deconstruction planner in there. Let's just make our own blueprints. Shall we? We need a rail system that I'm actually going to design. How many, what's the... Did I really just dodge the middle? So that's the middle line, right? That looks like the center line. This is where I need, like, a mod that shows this permanently. So, these thick borders outline what's known as a chunk in the game. The way the game processes what's going on in the map is based off of these chunks. There are 2 center lines, apparently. It's based off of these chunks. And the more chunks that are active at a time, the more the game is processing. So for Megabase type of builds, you have to plan around and try to reduce the total number of active chunks as best you can. Meaning that when we set up our rail system, we want to design these rails such that when you place a rail, it's not overlapping more chunks than it needs to. That's the whole idea here. We want to limit the number of chunks in total that a single set of rail is going to have or be placed within. So we don't want to have a situation where we have a rail being built, a straight line being built along a major grid line, and then have a signal on the other side activating 2 chunks when the rail itself is only in 1, because you have one little entity being placed on a chunk next door, and having that entire chunk be active for processing because of one signal, right? So, we are, in fact, going to be designing around the concept of having a specific amount of space between things. A specific amount of space. Now, we're doing length 10. So, my basic straight rail blueprint, by necessity, is going to need to use 2 chunks. You can use Alt-D. What is Alt-D? Alt plus D is deconstruction planner. Yes, I know. I can have the bots do it for me. Okay. That's to that border. That's to that border. Right in the middle. and signals, of course. So, please tell me that that's at least long enough. Yes, that is at least long enough for my... Oh, is it not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9? Nine train lengths. Or cart wagon / locomotive lengths. Duh. So, one more is what you're saying. One more chunk. There we go. Having additional spacing is fine, so long as you meet the standard, so long as you meet the train length requirement. So that being placed there, and this up here, on that tile, is a blueprint. And this blueprint can be set to the grid. So, now... Problem is, when you rotate, it's not centered on the others, so... Where's that? It's shift click. Shift click. That's it. So now... Tech. So that's a little off. But it does center it. That's a little much. That's a little much. So we need to make a few more adjustments here. 96 divided by 3 is what? 32? That puts it in the absolute wrong position. Yeah, I think I need to keep it 32. Huh? Oh, I must be off on the... yeah. Excuse me? Shift. Really? There. Huh? Really? It doesn't let... There is no exact center. But I wanted exact center! Why not? Why you know -9? -9! Go for 4 rails in between? But if it's even, then it's not gonna look right. But it's not gonna look right if it's even. It's not gonna be centered. It's not gonna be centered if it's... If I put this here, it's no longer centered in the thing. The whole point is that it's centered across the midline, that it's symmetrical. The whole point is that we're symmetrical down the midline of our square. That's the whole point, is that we are symmetrical. Now, is it just that I built on the wrong one, and that maybe it's the only every other? Because I... So, I see that there is a... Come on. Hey, game. So that's along the thing. That's along that edge. And this is... also along this edge. Right here. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're inherently off by 1 here. So we can do 4. There we go. We can actually do 4. Yeah. Do the thing with the bots. Make the bots do the work for you. Okay. Now that we have that, delete, snap, 32, centered, save. Oh, that's so much better. But do you see the problem? I see the problem. I see. There's a problem. There is a problem. Yes, there is a problem. The problem is that it's off-centered on here. The problem is it's a little off kilter. It should go on the midline, but I don't know how to fix that. Actually, now that it's correct, it probably would work on the 16. Hold up. No. No, it does not. So the point I'm making is that the middle segment should cross in the middle here. And it never will. Like, I would need to make sure that I build here to get an intersection. You see that? Rather than on this grid tile. So I should just make the width 32? Aha! Perfect! Perfect! That is exactly what I want. Yes. No, it's fine. I want it absolute, and this is the exact behavior I want. This is the precise behavior. Just make it 32 by 32. I have to do that with every other blueprint that I make. And every other blueprint I make needs to fit within a 32 by 32. Absolute. So, step 1 of many. This is going to take a long time. Yeah. Now for the intersections and turns and all of that. So a turn, it's actually going to be easier to just build this and start making the intersections based off of this. Because things like turning is really just going to be one right angle. I don't build on diagonals, so I'm not going to bother making any diagonals. And of course, I want... Ooh. I should update the straight rail blueprint to have signals across these intersections. Maybe. Yeah. I should incorporate the chain signals just as part of the blueprint, right? If I plan on upgrading to intersections, but whatever. I'll think of that at some point. For now, I want to set up the turn. So here we've got going up, which is this way. And I need to decide, well, just how large of a turn do I want. As long as I don't activate these when doing the turn, we'll be fine. And then whatever I choose for my turn is going to ideally be I'll make whatever I end up producing available. Yeah. I'll make it available as long as it works. I need to see if it works first. Speaking of which, that is the halfway point. That is my alarm. I'm sort of just going and going and going here. Wow. I can't believe it's already been an hour and a half. Okay. What was I making? I was making a turn. A simple turn. Because this is the easiest first step, right? Just something super simple like this. Just a turn. Just a right angle. And it works no matter where you're coming from. You can just go right over top of it. Now, do I want this to be grid snapped? I could. It wants it to be 56 by 56, so it needs to be 32 by 32, centered on that tile. No, we're one off. Nope, still a little off. Down and right. Nope. Oh, this one might not work. Not there, anyway. Not as a 32 by 32. No, this one I think... Oh no. Down even more? Oh. Aha. No, this way. More. More. More? Aha! Ta-da! Alright. That's the right-hand turn. And wouldn't you know it, we have the makings of a four-way intersection, but it is time to take a brief break. I shall return in just a few minutes to continue with all of these shenanigans, coming up with what we'll use as our blueprint book for our Rails. I'll be back very shortly. And I have returned. Welcome back, folks. Apparently, Ollie was a very, very bad kitty. My mother's getting very frustrated, actually, with his incessant desire to knock down her cup, spilling the contents everywhere. Every single time she leaves a cup with straws in it, unattended, her normal glass, he'll knock it over. Without fail. Regardless of how much fluid is in it. He will knock it over. Probably because he wants the straws. Maybe he dips his paws in and it knocks it over. And knocks it over. He paws at it and knocks it over. Every single time. Yes, it's you. It's you. You're the bad boy. You're the bad boy who keeps knocking drinks over. He keeps knocking drinks over. Spilling the contents everywhere. Yeah, you're gonna go. You're gonna go. You're not gonna be on my lap. You're a bad kitty. Bad kitty. Do I want to have this as a, blueprint? I mean, what does it really do? It allows turning in every direction, but it doesn't allow through. It does not allow through connections. Because the next thing I'm working on is the through connection. It's the actual four-way intersection, because we may as well. Make it a Celtic knot. I don't even know what it looks like. I can see part of it already. Hey, Ollie. Ollie. Baba. Baba. What about a roundabout? I'm thinking of these things. Do I... Oh. The answer is no. I don't have that sort of spacing. Ollie. Get unhook thyself and get down. That would be my phone falling to the floor. My poor phone. My poor phone. You probably can't see all that well, but the back is spider cracked to all hell. Here. This Ollie down. It's hi. It's got a few spider cracks. Just a few. Oh, there it is. There it is. Now you can see. That's cracks. That's not scratches. That's impact cracks from one fall in the end. There was a few that were already there, but it just got worse after one particular fall. Fell from waist height, hit the ground in the kitchen. Hit wooden floors. My own fault. My own fault. Here, this is the scene. Ollie. Ba. Ba ba. Pressured air. Works wonders. So. Yeah. It hit the wooden floor. And it, got cracks on its back. I usually... Well. I didn't have it in a case either at the time, which, you know, doesn't help at all. But, I mean, you get... This phone is a Galaxy Note 8, and it has a freaking ring of steel around it. You think it's gonna last a few... And no. For a $1,000 phone, you know? Not even joking, at the time it was $1,000. You'd think it'd survive a little bit better on the backing. Now I can't resell this phone without getting rid of it, without fixing the back, taking the whole thing off, getting a new backing for it, or sending it in for repair. I can get a third-party backing and just remove this piece off the back to make it look nicer, but then I've modified the phone at that point. And if I'm going to modify the phone, I'm going to do lots more to it. Anyway, blah. Blah, blah, blah. What were we doing? This. That's gonna have lots of problems, isn't it? I'm trying to not have this, or this be utilized or be activated, right? I don't want these activated in the slightest. Yes, rail blueprints. That's what we're working on right now. I want to go from here to here. The spacing I have between these is not like one capable of doing a full loop. And something like that activates this. I don't want to have to activate it if I can help it. I don't think I'll be able to help it. I might have to use the full 9 all the way, or the full set all the way around. And if I decide to do that, well, excuse me, reach. This comes to mind. So what are the downsides of this type of a setup? Because this is the immediate thought that I had. How good and or bad is this? I'm sure this has a name. Does this even allow me to go straight? No, I don't think it does. So we're not done yet? I'm trying to think what are the directions here. So trains can go this way and down. They could actually go this way and around, potentially. I need to it would need to go up and over, wouldn't it? It would need to go there. I hear my dolly. There's my dolly. There's my dolly. Wee 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 wee. So I want this intersection to be capable of doing U-turns as well as going straight through. That's what we're trying to do, and I want it to be pastable over top of existing right turns. Now, if I want it pastable over the existing infrastructure, then yes, I'm going to need to have this straight. Why, hello, my dolly. How's the baby girl? How's my dolly? Has she been good girl? Has she been good girl? I can use signals to prevent trains from traveling on that small straight segment to make this pastable on top of existing infrastructure. The thing is that, well, would I be okay with modifying existing infrastructure for something like this? I'm already using these these four on the outside. So if we're gonna make a big intersection, we're gonna make a big intersection. Hmm? Hmm. How did I position that so differently? Um, what? So that's the same. But what happened here? That's not identical. Why is that not identical? I'm just trying to do a few comparisons here. Why is this there and this like that? Whoops. Hmm. It needs one more tile. Where? Where? Where does it need one more tile? That's... Ah, that's it. That's it. That's the one. That's it. Right there. It began at the wrong spot. Now it's even. Now I have to do that again up here. But to what end? Okay, wait, I've got this connection. To what end? What does it allow? Realistically speaking, what does it allow me to do by doing that? What does it allow the trains to do by having this little crossway? Well, the trains are going to be going to the right, and on the top they go to the left. They go to the left here, and they go to the right here. So, a train coming in leftwards, if it goes down here, that's a right direction, but it is allowed to go this way down here. So it does the left-hand turn. So that, by having this in here, by having this, it services making left-hand turns and U-turns. So this, by having this little X in here, we can do left-hand turns and full U-turns. Okay. And then once I get the copy, in on here. What do you mean that's not the left-hand turn? It's coming in, it's going from here in this direction. It goes from here down, and it could go around, and it can go around. Oh, I see what you mean, because it's coming, because from the right, logically, it would be this way on this turn. Logically, this circle would be going clockwise. And then this is the down. This is the down. Hello? Hello? But... Down, over, down. This is a left turn. This is a way in which a train can make a left turn. Just like that. Going that way. Following this path. And trains can make their right turn that way or that way. There's gonna be some shenanigans with this, okay? Yes. Of this I can agree. There will be shenanigans. Aha. There are paths that I don't think any trainer is going to be capable of going on. So there's going to be this thing, and the subsequent cross is going to be up and around, but there's no point to this segment. This segment here, there's no point. Nothing. This segment, excuse me. This segment, there's no point. Nothing's gonna use this segment in the current layout. Just to get a better idea of things. And then this is the U-turn. So trains come in, they go down, and they can go around, up, and over. That's a U-turn. That's a semi-valid U-turn. Actually, I think I want to shift this a little. Yeah. Yeah, I wanna shift it like so we're limiting the cross flow as best as possible. I'll have to do the same on these. Let me just completely break these. I hope you like making rails, because this is a bit of a pain. Always. There it goes. Now we've got sets of testicles. Oh, great. It's looking rather testicular. Ah, at least 2 sets. 2 sets or 4 sets. Ooh. Ooh. How's my dolly? Behind me. Hi. Hello, my baby girl. Meryl. Yes, my baby. So, I'm just trying to think about... This is useful. This is useful. This is useful, but this is redundant. The structure is not symmetrical? Huh? Where? That looks symmetrical to me. Problem is, when I copy this, I'm going to have to, remove belt and stuff from it. Right, because it can't be rotated. It's different on the rotation. Mirror symmetric, yeah. So, even if they're not being used, I should just keep the full circle in. I should design all the signals and such like this, but then, like, quote-unquote, finish the circles, and it'll look nicer, even though segments of the circles aren't ever just... they're never going to get used. Water. This should work. Trains that are turning will prefer not this central piece. Just the way that the train mechanic will work. The trains are going to go and take this path. They're gonna take this path to make turns, and they're gonna take this path right here to make turns. They're not going to default go and do this turn in here. They're going to refuse most of the time. Unless there is very high throughput, it's not going to really use this outside of straights. I still wanted to have... I wanted to have a means of going straight and around, like, so I've got the foundation blueprints. Here. In here is this big-ass thing. When you place this around, the trains can actually just do this big loop thing and go around and go straight. Huh? If it's going bottom to top, how does it U-turn? Right. This U-turns on the left-right. This doesn't U-turn on the up-down, does it? Does it? No. Aha! Thus, I do think that I will need to have the complete circles. Thus, the complete circles. That's... Huh? That's not gonna let me U-turn? No, it's not, is it? How would they U-turn? So... Train. A train that wants to make a U-turn is able to go up and around to go that way. A train that wants to make a U-turn here would have to... It can't. So this is going up. If it wants to make a U-turn, it can go... But that's the wrong way. It can go... Yeah. Why the specific spacing? Because it allows me extra space for putting things like belts and putting things like power poles in the middle. It's nice and even to put power poles in, and I've got a nice little space there to put the power poles in. And it's chunk level symmetric, yeah. So, a train that's going up, if it wants to go down, let's attempt to visualize this. I don't... it will go this way and around. This way and around. This way and around. That's how it would do the U-turn. Which fits with this segment being one direction downwards. This segment goes upwards and such. So if I want to make a U-turn from going up, it goes left. Excuse me, it goes left and it goes left again and around from here. So this little segment here needs to allow bidirectional flow. This little segment needs bidirectional flow. This segment's unidirectional. This segment is not getting used, but this segment is also unidirectional. This internal curve would need to be bidirectional, which I would need to account for that with my signals. One tile off the chunk. A quick roundabout. I mean, I'm not really looking for roundabouts. I mean, he says with 4 circles, but they're not truly roundabouts on here. The whole point to this intersection is that it can be placed on top of a right turn. So you see in my blueprints, I have this right turn here. I have this right turn. This exists on top of a right turn. It directly upgrades right turns. Okay, that's why I'm trying to design around this concept, is that it will perfectly upgrade stuff. Now, of course, the way that it's designed, it can overlap like that. Do not... That's the other thing, is I cannot do this level of overlap. This level of overlap, bad. Bad. No. Keep the full length. Full length for the length of the trains. So if I did want to have another turn for whatever reason, it would be out here. Oh boy, I also need to think about my in and out on stations, but we'll get to that too. I think this is fine. I think this will work as is, just fine. It doesn't have a way of going straight through without actually going the straight through. But for now, for the length of trains that I've got, I think we can manage. This may need to be an even bigger bigger spacing block because, well, I'm using size 10 trains. I think this may be a little bit too small for size 10 trains for any particularly high throughput going through, but we can try. We can try. So signals. Ideally, I will have these mirrored. So stuff is going down from the top. It needs to have a chain signal there. Ideally, I'm going to have a chain signal there, and a chain signal there. And a chain signal there. And a chain signal there. And this is going to be the part where this is bidirectional on all of these internals, so going up and going down, we need to have double signals there, that, and if this is going down, then this also, that. How did I place that? There. Think. Oh gosh, and putting the signals in to be able to rotate this thing. Oh god. Can we just say that it won't be rotated? Can we just say that it won't be rotated? Yeah, I think so. Also, the only regular signals that need to exist in here, everything will be chain signals. The only regular signals are just on the edges at the ends. Everything else is chains. Yeah, everything else needs to be chains. So we're coming in this way. We're coming in to do the full rotation. We're now going that way only. Nothing, I think, will go the other direction down this line. So we do, yeah, at the exits is the only time I need the regular signals. Once they're fully once they clear out, we'll have regular signals. But they need to clear out first. Signal there. Signal there. And of course, I don't really need signals on this little part here because nothing ever will actually be using this part at all. In fact, I could prevent traffic trying to go down this way. Wait. No, that's part of the... Oh, yeah. Stuff is coming in here. Yeah, that's actually part of the reversal, so that does get that. Hey, we're actually using the whole loop, aren't we? Yeah, so that in order for this to do its U-turn, it goes down, around, and up this segment and over. Yeah. We are using the full circle. There is no unused part of the circle. If it wants to U-turn, it can U-turn. Which was my biggest frustration of the previous rail blueprint that I made. That was my biggest frustration, was that there was no U-turn. This is one direction only. Trains come in that way, can go down, so signal to go down. And then at what point can I just copy this and rotate and paste? I think once I've finished with the one here, it's fine. I can just... Oh no, I'm not actually done yet. So trains go up here, get a signal on each of those. Usually there's a signal you can have at the end, but rail signal on the exit there. And then same thing, we're gonna have a couple signals there. That goes this way, which means we're going this way from here to go out. So if we go from the top, go down, over, 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 out. Those rail positions are a little bit different. Signal positions, excuse me, are a little bit different. I want to make sure that I mirror as best as I can. Oh gosh, Tech, hi. It's been a while. Here, get access to power armor and low-density structures and utility science packs and big batteries, big personal batteries. What was that? Something? Oh, yeah, you. Hi. That, thanks. All the things, all the things. Braking force, sure, why not? Uranium, I don't really care. I'm working on this right now. So then it's copy and rotate and paste. Too close to existing signal. Where? Huh? Oh. There. So it's not, yeah, it's not, the same positioning. Think that's the reason. Nope, still got that message. What? Which one is it? Ah. Huh? That means it's that one? Here. What? Wrong way? No, I see the... Oh, there are several now. I went the wrong direction. Whoops. So, take those two and put them one higher. And then that one is one back. So this goes here. And that goes there. And that goes there. Still slightly off on... this one. And then this one. Wait, what? No. You actually... You are going to get moved to there. There we go. Whew. I'm not gonna say that I can exactly rotate this 90 degrees and have it still occupying the same spots. Which, I mean, clearly not. Stuff does get shifted a tile when you're rotated 90 degrees. There's several signals that I can see that aren't, like, quote-unquote centered. Is that something I could fix? Sure, but does it matter? No. I think that's all the... Like, please tell me if I need more signals. Do I need more? Or are we okay? Yes, I do in the middle need more signals. So we've got... Yeah, that's the flow, that's the flow. That's the flow, that's the flow. And... there. That way. There. And I think that's it. No, down here we've got, yeah, above. There. We need those. That's the way. Right there. Where are you? Why are you complaining? Oh, because also, yeah, we need all 4 of those. Why? Now why are you complaining? Why are they flashing? Why are you flashing? Links get deleted immediately, and purges. Am I gonna remove the middle X? I do... So... I do and I don't need the middle X. The whole reason the middle X is there, this middle section, is so that we can upgrade from this. If I need to put in a full-size intersection, I'm going to be left with those central elements anyway that I would have to manually delete if I don't want them in there. So that's why they're there in the first place. I'm just trying to figure out why the heck are they flashing at me? They can be traversed in both directions. What? Nah? Nah? That can only go that way. Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. I know exactly the problem. It's because there's this little bit here that wants a signal. It wants a signal here for this section. And it wants a signal here for this section, and here, and here. I can't have signals in this. So Is it okay that this is all one block? Absolutely. The only thing that adding in the signals does here is it separates the blocks. Our trains are 10 long. It doesn't matter. It's fine not actually having as long as the signals are on the outside, making this its own block. Yeah, sure. And only one train is ever going to be able to access that at any given time. Would I like to have it separated on the straight segments, though, to allow multiple trains, one in each direction? Yes, I would. But it doesn't let me. Which is a shame. There was a signal that needed to be placed? Yeah, it's not just a matter of putting the signals on each side, it's just, it needs additional, it wants to see additional signals, for whatever reason. It's like, I don't know what to do! I don't know what to do! Would be nice, though, to keep it separate, so that we can have trains going along the thing. Same blocks. Hello, my dolly. That's my baby. So this should be the, four-way. That should be it. I don't see where there's any major problems considering the train length that I'm using, or that I will be using. So that's gonna be the fully... I'm gonna keep the unsignaled version, just in case. So this is gonna be signaled version, get rid of the belt and stuff that's in the way, and this is going to snap to the grid, and it's gonna be 32 by 32, centered on the middle. Ta-da! Yes, it does allow for that, technically, by using this particular grid size. Nah, don't that. But, or maybe I do keep it the full 96. This will not work without changing those signals in that little middle section there into chains rather than regulars. They need to be chain signals because of the length of the trains. I need a full straight rail in between. So that's living there now. Pfft. That lives here now. I think I've built myself into a little bit of a box, because that just straight up lives there now. And because we've built this as it is, it makes it a bit easier to modify it into a T intersection. Now, doesn't that? That makes it just that much easier to pare it down. Yeah, it looks nice on the map. Absolutely. Plop a radar on top of it. I actually don't really have great spacing to put a radar in the middle. I do have enough room for a big electric pole. Perhaps I should have added the electric poles. Oh, that's going to be its own pain in the rear. Electric pole length does not happen to coincide particularly well with anything. Electric poles don't align with the grid. on their max length. The big electric poles. At least I didn't think that they did. They do within. What? So the top line of this pole and the bottom line of this pole. Ah, that's the problem. That's the problem. They exactly fit within the bounds. Yeah, it's short a bit. You can't tile it because you'd end up with a pole here. You'd end up with a pole here, right? And then the other issue would be, well, even if it was length 32, you'd end up with half the pole activating the next chunk. Which is why it would be better to have length 32 so you can attach middle to middle, middle to middle, middle to middle to middle to middle to middle. That's why you want the electric pole to have a length of 32, is so that you can do middle to middle. As it stands, my gosh. Something like that could middle to middle. If I was accurate with my placement. I think that's still one off. No, I was right the first time. Regardless, I want to make a blueprint that's going to be viable for most people without having to use shenanigans like that. Okay, T intersection. There you go. That's a T intersection with the ability to U-turn. I think. No? Actually? No. No? Yes. Yeah, it can U-turn. They can U-turn at this T intersection. We go down, we can go that way. We go down, can go straight down. We go up. We don't need this. We don't need this segment. And we don't need... Yeah, we don't need... Wait, did I just remove the wrong one? It goes down and in here and in this. I don't need this one. It goes down... I don't need either of these. I don't need either of these, right? On this side, because we go up. We go up and we can connect to do our right turn here. If we want to do a U-turn... Oh, yes, we leave this, and that's the U-turn. That's the U-turn one. And then up here... It's this guy. It's this guy that's superfluous. There we go. That's it. That's it, right there. Ta-da! And then this X... Do I need this X? I think I do, yes. That'll be it. That is the T intersection. I'll name all these blueprints later. This grid snap 32 by 32 centers where? Over here somewhere. Right there. And then the fun part with this T intersection. I didn't exactly align all the freaking signals correctly, did I? No. There would be redundant signals if I were to do like rotation stuff. I can try to force it, but I don't want to take that time in the immediate. That's why I have the 4-way to begin with. So what else do I need? What would be useful? I think that's it. I think that's it. So because this allows U-turns, I don't need to have a dedicated on-ramp, off-ramp for a train station. I will need to design train stations, yes, but in terms of just the general, I need X for my rail system for placing the rails. That should cover it. It's pretty simple. It's just a straight rail, a turn, and a 4-way and a T intersection. I can just name this T intersection. Four-way intersection. Straight segment. And right turn. Not really a right turn, but a 90-degree turn. And we can make this in its own blueprint book. Where's the game? It would be nice to have all of those buttons so I can get a blueprint book. So this is size 10 trains to 8, 2-way, gap 4, 2-way with gap 4, between the rails, gap, there's 4 rails that could be placed in between, so that's why I'm saying gap 4. It's 8 tiles. I'm assuming it's 8 tiles anyway. It did not save that. Yeah, 8 tiles. What did I just say? So it's for 2 8 trains, gap of 4 rails. And that's really all I need to say on this. Rail. We're railing now. Two-way, yeah. The thread about 32 tile power pole reach is 3 pages. Right-hand drive. That's what I need to say. It's right-hand drive. If you weren't aware, if you couldn't tell, it's right-hand drive. It's RHD. There's like the ability to change the freaking font just to be like red, deep red RHD. Devs said no about setting up about having length 32 so that people could actually place their power poles in the middle of chunks and have them connect to each other. Well, that's dumb. Stupid devs. Ah. Yeah, they're just being annoying at that point. Use a mod. Well, how about you design your system better in the first place? Why should I have to use mods? Huh? I wouldn't have to use mods if you actually designed a proper system in the first place. That's like my complete criticism of this game, is that there are many aspects about this game where the attitude is just use a mod to make a system better, when the system should have just been made better to begin with. Like, I shouldn't need to use mods to have a quality experience with a game. And every single quality of life mod that I'm using here, well, a number of the quality of life mods that I'm using here that are tweaking base mechanics should have been aspects of the actual game itself. Okay, should not have needed a mod. Things like squeak through. I should not need a mod to be able to walk between things, okay? I should not need a mod to be able to do that. I should not need a mod to be able to see the per second output of a machine. There's purposefully obfuscated information that should not be obfuscated. They obfuscate a lot of information on purpose that really should not be, like the actual per second output of the thing. I should not have to do math to determine that this is a 5-second craft time that is multiplied by 0.75 on this machine. How does squeak through change the behavior of a machine? How does being able to walk between machines change the behavior of a machine? It does not. Like, being able to see the actual craft time, being able to see the actual craft time of a building, but of the game, changes the behavior of the game. So what? If you're making the game objectively better by letting people walk through pipes, where's the problem? I think everyone would be okay with being able to walk through a pipe because it's a video game. Okay? We could say that we are jumping over the pipe. to get through the pipe. As it stands, in the base game, you can already walk between boilers that are connected to each other. If you have 2 boilers, this you can do without squeak through. There's already some very close connections or spacing between buildings that you can walk through by default. So it's like, why is that not a universal behavior? It is inconsistent that you can't actually walk between everything. That is an inconsistent behavior inherently in the game. Why would you not want to make your game more consistent? Is the question. Game should be made to be more consistent in its behavior. I say that, and they're going to then remove the ability to walk through more things, rather than allow the ability to walk through everything on the spacing. So, we have a rail system. A rudimentary rail system, granted, but we have a rail system. Let me actually be like, hey, grab this, do this, copy, notepad, save, otaku rails.txt, save that, Factorio, string sharing. Oh, that's pretty. That looks nice. It's just, is it 90-degree mirrorable? It doesn't look like it's necessarily rotatable by 90 degrees. Not easily, anyway. Okay, Factorio string sharing. I am officially posting this blueprint book. My current rail blueprint book. Use with caution. Upload it. It's on Discord. If you want to get that the blueprint book we just did, go to my Discord. And you'll get a text document with the string share on it. Link to Discord is in the description, open to everyone. And it's on the Factorio string sharing channel. Step 1. Oh, by the way, I should I should update my to-do list. So we need to. We've already done all the rail related things. The next thing on the agenda is design train stations. I need train fueling. I need at oil processing scale. And I need the iron at scale, copper at scale, steel at scale, coal at scale, stone bricks at scale, circuits green at scale, circuits red at scale, engine units at scale, circuits blue existent amounts, and EEUs electric engine units at scale. LDS. Red, green, blue, science at scale. Purple, science. That's production. Yellow, science. That's utility. Modules. Rocket control units. I mean, rocket fuel, yes, but trains. That's our train fuel. Satellites, just general satellites, and you know, space science. Just a few things on the agenda. Am I going to watch Perseverance rover landing? What time is that supposed to be? Because there's only 10 more minutes left in this stream, so most likely, and I'm going to be going on and watching some other stuff. When is Perseverance rover landing? It's today, but what is the time? Time at 3:55 p.m. Eastern. So that, yeah, a few hours from now I'll probably be watching it. In 40 minutes. Huh? It touches down at 3:55, so there's likely going to be coverage well before that. 3:55 Eastern Standard. So the process begins, I'm sure, yeah, a lot sooner than that. Apparently, in about less than an hour from now. About an hour. I'm not streaming this afternoon, so that's going to be available for me to watch that time. So, with all of this being said, and at this point mostly done, it is time to design a train station. Now that's just what Google says. Google says 3:55 p.m. for touchdown Eastern time of the thing. I don't know what the actual real timings of all the coverage and stuff is going to be. Okay. Train station. A train station is going to be a modified version of a T intersection. So it all begins with a T intersection for these things. As for where I'm going to put it, oh god. There is no good spot, but here we'll build it here. This is where it begins. From here, we can do anything in any way, shape, or form, but ideally keeping it reasonable. Reasonable. I could use the one that I've been using, modify the one that I've been using, but I need this to accommodate much larger trains, and I need it to be scalable in terms of input and output stations. So let's just get all this placed, and I may need to get more rail and all that. Oh, right, I have a car. I should probably use it at some point. But we're going to start this process of designing these things today, and we will continue when we stream this next on Sunday. I'm likely gonna have a train station that is simply bringing in things to make stuff for my rail system. that is making the stuff for the rails. But yeah, definitely need to do stuff at scale at this point. Oh boy. Length 10, huh? Hey, I've got vehicle snap. I think I'm fine. What sort of a setup do I want for this? Oh, I know what I didn't design. I was about to say something that would not go over well with or a Britishism. An end. I didn't make a just straight up U-turn ending. But it's fine. I can just do that whenever. Just the big loop to connect things. Our train station is going to be designed in such a way that's going to have input going, just flowing in and then flowing out again. We are right-hand drive, so this is our top. I'm going to want the full train length. Before we really do anything here. So that is a full train length. That is one full train length. Why do I want to make sure that I have at least one full train length? So that it can completely clear the intersection before we run into another chain signal. Or before we have to stop at the beginning of a chain signal, which is going to be here. Unless I want to, like, turn upwards first. I have to think about how I'll scale. Let's actually turn. Instead. More. I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's 10. Length. So if a train sits here, it's not marring the chunk here, the whole system on the back end. So this is a train station designed for train supply manager. Just to make that clear as we work on this, which means that I want a waiting spot. I want a set of actual stations, and then a set of supply stations, waiting yard, as part of this. So it's a pretty big thing that I am designing here. So, with this full train length setup, after going up for a bit, how do I want to do this? This is going to be huge no matter what. Come on, reach, reach, reach. Do I want to even turn? So the the waiting spot is going to need to be able to be this. It's going to need to be a full 10 length. And ideally, infinitely scalable, but grand scheme, I probably won't need that many spots to just sit and wait. So let's keep it here. Hi, Dolly. How long is that? So... That's the length 10. Let's just place that down and then... One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just as long as I have this, our train length, I think I'm fine. Get rid of this. I'm not really going to pay too much attention to the number of chunks on this part, mind you. And I know it is that time to end things off, but I want to get through some of this anyway. This now needs to be... Yeah. So from here, we go up, and we go... down. And over. I want to try to keep it from getting too wide. So this is going to scale effectively infinitely downward. It's just no matter what I have to go around. Fine. You go somewhere closer. This is just the waiting spot anyway. It's like, how many trains realistically do I think I'm gonna end up having? The whole point of going larger trains is that you don't need as many of them, right? So we'll keep 4 waiting spots. And we'll leave room just in case I want to expand even further. There is something to be said about not actually having these placed yet, just to conserve on rails while I build the thing. Okay. That is that. I've forgotten how I do the thingies at this point. So they can go all the way to there. And sit and wait. And then we'll have to meet up again. And we'll go down. And this is going to be the station part. So whatever type of train station I want, it ends up sitting essentially on the signal, the way that I've designed this. So I may need to go extra tile here. The station... Oh, I can go here. Yep, right there. And yes, this is offset 1 from above. For however many I need of these. Ah, that doesn't work out well, does it? No. No, 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 no. No, no. No, no, no. I take that back. I take that back. I'll think about this, how I want this later. So, basically, I'm trying to make a design that allows me to add an infinite number of stations. So actually, instead of going down this way, I actually have to just keep going outwards. Just the way that I've designed thus far. And then once I've gone outwards, then I can come back in and start with the other, like, waiting stations, and then it goes out. But that's huge. Making that clear that that is a very large type of setup, and I'm gonna give it a think and tweak it, and I might do that a lot more off screen, a lot of that design work, so that when I'm done thinking about how I want it, because remember, this is going to be copied and pasted over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. In fact, I may just want to go up rather than down from here. Now that I'm really thinking about it, if I want to truly be able to scale infinitely, this might go upwards instead, and then circle around and do the same thing from there. Going outward and having another set of 10, all that good stuff. I just wanted to make some use of the space in here, but I realized, oh hey, it's better if I make this space the, I know. I can go do the stations to the left, scaling to the left, as in going down, and then when they come out, they can loop up and start around here, and then this can be the stations they sit at before leaving out here. So that's how that's gonna be. It's gonna be able to scale. Essentially, this will be a straight line for however many stations I end up having, and then down here, this is gonna be the waiting location. That's how that's gonna look. But we have reached the end of the stream for the day. Today, folks, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Shibot. If you've enjoyed today's stream, please be sure to do all the social and engagement stuff below the video. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you have not subscribed, hit the notification bell, become an Erudite Otaku member of the channel by hitting the great big blue join button, and of course you could always support me on Patreon at patreon.com/otakushibot if you're so inclined and able. And I shall return tomorrow with Audionauts, as per usual, and I will be back with more Factorio on Sunday, where we will have decided by then what will be played next on the afternoon stream. You can vote for that in the community tab of my channel if you have not already done so. And I hope to see you all on the next one.